Welcome back. I'm playing Battlefleet Gothic 2, and we are going to move on to the Imperium campaign on the hardest difficulty. Let's see here. Threat level of each faction in every sector is +1. Enemy fleet points have a 20% bonus. No fast repair. Macro and Lancer enemy damages are +10%. Enemy ship level is 3. Enemy leadership is +20%. For the Emperor, the far-flung Imperium of man knows only a war for survival. Assailed by traitors, treacherous Xenos, and uncaring galactic wastes, humanity battles on as the Emperor's light grows even darker. The Cadian Gate stands besieged by abominations from within the Eye of Terror. It falls to Admiral Spire, hero of the Gothic War, to marshal the Imperium's scattered fleets and hold the line against the horrors of chaos. The start of this campaign acts as a campaign tutorial to help you learn how to manage your fleets. Sounds great to me.
The Imperium of man. A million worlds scattered across an uncaring galaxy. A million worlds forever under threat from the machinations of cursed traitors and perfidious Xenos.
Perfidious.
It is an empire consumed by war, by the very battle for survival itself, for there is no peace amongst the stars. The Space Marines, genetically modified warriors who know no fear, spearhead every counter-assault, taking the battle to the heart of the foe. From the smoke-wreathed horror of Adeptus Mechanicus Forge Worlds sail warships of fearsome potency, their weapons blessed by the Machine God, and their crews dedicated to the Omnissire's holy cause. The Scholar Progenium molds callow flesh into leaders, officers of the Imperial Navy, the greatest fleet ever to span the stars. These heroes dedicate their life to the Imperium's defense, confronting the ceaseless threat of chaos wherever it manifests. The war against the dark gods and their worshippers is the eternal battle for the soul of mankind, for the future of the galaxy itself. It is the forge upon which true heroes are struck and legends tempered. Admiral Spire is one such legend, savior of the Gothic sector, vanquisher of Warmaster Abaddon's 12th Black Crusade. For centuries he has been lost, trapped in the shifting tides of the Immaterium, while in pursuit of the hated foe. Such travails would drive an ordinary man to madness, or into the clutches of the very gods he once opposed. But Spire is no ordinary man, and his time is coming once more.
We're out. Praise the Emperor, but I can see the stars again. Receiving distress hymnals. The region's alive with them. According to the timestamps, Admiral, the year. It's 999 M41. We've been lost in the war for over 800 years. And Cadia, the hymnals report that it's been destroyed, sir. There's a lot of confusion out there, sir. And Admiral, Cadia fell at Abaddon's hand.
Then we are returned not a moment too soon. Navigator, chart a course to the Cadian system. We may be an age too late to join the battle, but revenge is still within our grasp.
Warp engines online. Geller Field holding.
This is Admiral Spire to all Imperial vessels. Rally at coordinates 154554. This isn't over.
Such turbulence. Not since the Eye of Terror have I felt anything like it.
Wait. This is not the Cadian system. Navigator, report.
The Imperium writhes, Lord Admiral. It has flung us far off course.
I can see that, Domitian. Where are we?
Star sites indicate we've entered real space in the Cadian sector.
Confirmed.
Not too far, but not close enough. Still, we have been fortunate. Have our astropath send out a hymnal. All surviving vessels in the sector to rally at our position. Cadia needs our aid.
Warship signatures inbound, Lord Admiral. Chaos vessels.
Indeed. Then our retribution begins. We hold this position.
What is this I smell? Another so-called warrior come to chance his blade?
I am Lord Admiral Spire. I will be your death.
Not this day, lapdog! My lieutenants come to claim your skull! It shall adorn the War Master's throne!
We shall see. Ready main batteries.
Underway!
Is this like he's firing missiles at me or something?
Understood. Course engaged.
Ah, missed him.
Coordinates acknowledged. Changing course. Heading acknowledged.
Little ship is giving me a run for my money.
Engaging engines. Setting course. Course engaged. Engaging engines.
Ah,
Engaging
I'm out of practice. Let them just shoot. Get the victory that way.
Understood. Changing course. Targeting enemy vessel. Underway.
That was
Lord Admiral, the Sons of Mars stand ready for your orders.
Excellent. Their firepower will be a great asset.
Well met, Fabricator. How many ships do you bring me?
All that could be found, Lord Admiral. I regret that we bring enemies on our heels.
Duty breeds enemies, Fabricator. Join your fire to ours. We'll see them ended.
Heading acknowledged.
Rouse the engines! Weapons calibrated! Engaging drive. The spirits obey. Rouse the engines. Calculating vectors. With matchless efficiency.
Oh, totally missed him.
Target on screens. Thruster routines active. Transition begun. Optimal course set. The spirits obey. Rouse the engines. Calculating vectors. Battle protocols engaged. Transition begun. Revere the Omnisire. Utter the canticles of battle. Weapons calibrated. With matchless efficiency. Thruster routines active.
That's the last of them, my lord.
Negative. They were but the tip of the spear. I calculate that the others will soon arrive.
It matters not. I led a fleet through the bleakness of the Gothic War. By comparison, this is nothing. A pity that war cost us our greatest heroes. But I wouldn't give to have Captain Abradol at my side.
All decks report ready.
Good. We shall forge new heroes this day. Let us hope they suffice.
Seems they've come in strength, Lord Admiral.
All ships. The Emperor protects. Engage at will.
Survival probabilities are unfavorable. Recommend we withdraw.
All ships, hold position. Doubt forms the path to damnation.
There is no doubt while strength abides.
Beneficent Emperor? Is that what I think it is?
The Sons of Dawn heed your call, Lord Admiral.
It's good to see vessels of the Adeptus Astartes, Captain. Faith is well enough, but hope and faith bring victory sooner.
The war never ends, Lord Admiral. We shall fight it together. Engaging drive. Target on screens.
Repositioning. Engaging.
Transition begun.
Main batteries fire!
Calculating vectors.
For the Emperor. Coordinates acknowledged. Target locked in.
thruster routines active.
Targeting enemy vessel. Setting course. Engaging engines. Heading acknowledged. Underway. For the Emperor. Engaging target. Engaging. Understood.
There you go. Beautiful.
Changing course.
Last traitor vessel destroyed, Lord Admiral. No further signatures.
And allied ships?
Nothing more. Others may be inbound.
We can wait no longer. Let stragglers seek our trail amongst the dead. We have a fleet. I must confer with Lord High Admiral Drang as how best to employ it. We will have vengeance for Cadia. The challenge before us is bleak, but we shall prevail if the Emperor wills it. The despoiler will be driven back, but we need support. We must secure planetary systems within the battle zone. These will provide us the necessary means to strengthen our fleets.
Sectors. Admiral Spire's forces are currently located in the Cadian sector. A sector is constituted of several systems whose conquest allows you to progress through the campaign threat level. The threat value represents the will of the enemy faction to conquer a sector. The higher it is, the more the faction will be there. Urgency gauge. The urgency gauge symbolizes the urgency of your situation facing the enemy factions as it fills up each turn and drops when you fulfill objectives. That must be the urgency gauge. Urgency states. Urgency gauge is divided into 5 segments. Looks more like 3. Oh, down here maybe? 1, 2, yeah, okay, that's what it is. Threat value is raised by 1. If the last segment is filled, the campaign ends in failure. Okay. Points of interest. There can be one or several points of interest in each system. Each one is linked to attributes that have different effects depending on the faction controlling the system. Hive World generates 10 resources per turn, increases troop regeneration of the SIPs, and doubles the delay of evolution of this point of interest. Evolution level. Ah, I see. After several turns under your control, points of interest may be evolved by spending resources. Attributes effects provided by a point of interest may vary depending on the evolution of the system. Bellstar Stones wail with the death agonies of the slaughtered population, put to the sword at the direction of the Tater Lucius the Eternal. The psychic echoes still linger in the warp, making travel to and from this cursed Ballastar a risky endeavor for any navigator not fully in command of his faculties. Yet the Imperium cannot afford to leave Ballastar unpopulated, and has been shipping in new colonists. Chem suppressants have been issued in an attempt to reduce suicide numbers.
Demios Binary has much to offer our future operations.
but it is occupied by Chaos forces. We shall sweep them aside and restore the Emperor's rule to this stolen world.
System annexation. Defeat the enemy forces stationed in a system and take control of it. The capture of a neutral system doesn't require any space fight. Fleet power. The fleet power represents the might of a fleet. It depends on the value, health, and parameters of each ship. Fleet movements. Fleets have a pool of movement that replenish at the start of each turn. They can travel through safe routes between systems and sectors at the cost of 1 movement per system crossed. So what does it want me to move there or what? Use to move Spire's fleet to the Deimos binary system.
There will be many risks in the days to come. I need not take one here. Deploying a second fleet to Deimos binary will ease our victory. We outnumber the foe. Victory is all but certain, but caution must serve as well as haste. Recklessness is a terrible master.
A maximum of 3 fleets can be stationed in a system, however, fleets can always move through a system. The higher the defense level of a system under an enemy control, the more defensive structures you will have to face. Launch battle. Forge world. Research. Strategic position. Graveyard archaeological site. Alright, let's fight. Leadership. Your leadership value represents the maximum cultivated fleet value that can be deployed at the start of battle. Reinforcement. Ships that cannot be deployed due to leadership initiation will be replaced. Lost ships in battle. Deployment order. The top fleet will deploy first. Drag and drop your fleets to change the commitment. Faction leaders. Protect your faction leader. His death would put an end to your campaign. Chaos. 600 points.
Ten 10,000 years have passed since the galaxy burned in the fires of the Horus heresy. 10 millennia since the greatest of the Emperor's Primarchs fell into the grasp of eternal damnation and tore the galaxy asunder. Horus Lupercal may be dead, his body ashes, and his memory the stuff of a cursed legend. But the wounds he wrought yet gape in the hide of an embattled Imperium. For the battle against Chaos knows no end. Many of Horus' servants survived the civil wars, and they have not forgotten their defeat. When the War Master fell, they retreated to the Eye of Terror and waged battle anew. Greatest of these was Abaddon the Despoiler, Horus' greatest living heir. Abaddon took the title of War Master for his own, and embarked upon a long and bloody campaign to succeed where his fallen master had failed. 12 Black Crusades he launched against the Imperium of Man. 12 world-shattering campaigns to forever alter the balance of power. Now, as the millennium draws to a close, a vast armada of traitors slips its moorings as Abaddon launches his 13th and perhaps final strike. As the tide of chaos breaks against the Cadian Gate, the Imperium holds its breath. Faith alone cannot hold back these bleak waters. Only valor will serve.
Take control of the capture areas and accumulate victory points before your opponent. Okay.
There are many ways to win a battle. By fire or cunning, we shall prevail in the Emperor's name.
Annihilation victory, destroy everything. Strategic victory. Destruction points. Okay.
Though our duty is to annihilate enemies of the Imperium, it may sometimes be in our interest to obtain victory without engaging enemy vessels. Capturing strategic positions might well force the enemy's withdrawal.
Your orders? Underway!
Ship ready.
You have seized a strategic area.
Your orders?
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
We wait your command.
We serve.
Aye, Admiral.
We wait your command.
Ship ready! We serve!
Aye, Admiral.
You have seized a strategic area.
Thruster routines active.
Your orders?
Revere the Omnissiah.
Force engaged. All ahead, full. Engaging engines.
Ah, you missed them.
Execute high energy turn. Underway.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Enhance rotational drift.
Coordinates acknowledged.
Machine spirit appeased. Transition begun.
Ship ready.
The spirits obey. Rouse the engines. Engaging drive.
You have seized a strategic area. You have accumulated 25% of strategic points.
Alright,
Your
you got
orders?
that. You come back over here.
We are ready to serve. Calculating vectors.
We wait your command.
We wait your command.
Ship ready. Coordinates acknowledged. Engaging
Maybe I should be
engines.
putting them up there instead.
We serve.
Put you over here. Oh, look at that. There's his missing ship.
Aye, Admiral.
Enemy sighted. Aye, Admiral.
Your orders?
We serve.
The enemy has accumulated 25% of strategic points.
Oops, I let it run down. The reason I was watching it is to try to prevent that from happening.
You have accumulated 50% of strategic points.
All ahead full.
You have seized a strategic area. The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas.
We wait your command.
Engage engine red lines.
Enemy sighted. Heading acknowledged.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Understood.
You have accumulated 75% of strategic points.
Easy. I feel like ramming and torpedoes are probably the best combo.
A first victory is ours. Others will follow should we remain true to our duty. Battles leave scars. I must be mindful of my vessel's condition. The reclamation of Demius Binary has taken our enemy by surprise. The Claustum system is exposed. We shall push our advantage. If the fleet is to grow, we must have access to production facilities. If Claustum falls to our forces, we shall have them.
Offensive movement of fleet is involved in a battle and seizes a neutral system. All remaining movement points are consumed. Damage and casualty. Destroyed ships are lost for good. Damaged ones are repaired. And some of the lost troops replaced at the beginning of each term if they are located within a system controlled by their faction. Repair and troop replacements at the beginning of each turn. Each of your ships within the system under your control benefits from the following effects. Plus 10% hull points will be repaired, 3% critically damaged systems are repaired fully, and 3 troops are lost. Fast repair, easy mode only. You may spend resources to accelerate the repair of your ships. Do so, the fleet and ship. Resources and construction point. Resources and construction points are most valuable as they are necessary to construct new ships. Okay. Move Admiral Mullen's fleet to the Castellan system to seize it. Shipyards provide construction points that are necessary to build ships. Construction points supply. When a system is conquered, the shipyards do not provide construction points immediately. They need to be replenished after turn. They need to replenish turn after turn. Construction points regeneration. Shipyards get construction points each turn there until they reach their maximum construction. Take control. I guess it's not going to let me do anything here. Okay.
Our shipyards are ready to provide us some reinforcements. Time to see what the Adeptus Mechanicus have to offer our crusade. Demios Binary Shipyard isn't capable of full production just yet. We'll use Clauston for now, and wait until Demios is capable of crafting larger vessels. Clauston's shipyards are small, but can provide us with recon ships. These will be valuable assets for our operations. Big guns are nothing if not deployed with grand purpose.
Oh, it's gonna make me spend money.
All is prepared. It is time to welcome a new vessel to the Emperor's service.
Systems under your control are linked by a safe route from a network. Form a network. Net shipyards are accessible from any system within the network. They belong to a resource requirement. In addition to construction points, building ships require resources. Escort ships. The number of escort ships within a fleet is limited depending on the number of line ships and their tonnage. Ship construction. Once a ship construction is validated, ships immediately added to the fleet and can be used the same turn.
The reconquest of the Cadian sector can now proceed. However, we cannot leave our holdings without defenses. We should at least deploy an orbital minefield.
Minefield. Defense platform. Space station.
We have only just begun. War is replete with opportunity. As ground is seized, new objectives will arise. Let us proceed. We are the Emperor's fist. Let his foes tremble at our coming.
Dude, you're really not gonna let me just do something else? You're gonna make me force end the turn? Ugh, that's really annoying. After such a good tutorial on the other one, now you're boxing me in. I don't like it.
The systems we have reclaimed are developing well. Prosperous systems can only be a good thing for our cause. We will protect them.
Points of interest start at level 1 and may evolve over time. Protect your holdings to get the best of them. Evolution costs. Once the point of interest is ready to evolve, you have to spend resources to unlock the next level and start the process of reaching the next one.
Receiving communication from the Vox relay. It is Lord High Admiral Drang.
So the old man's still alive. I told you he was too tough to kill.
Admiral Spire, I trust you stand ready for orders.
Always.
Good. Strategically and symbolically, the Cadian sector is vital to our efforts. You will reclaim it, Admiral. The Emperor protects.
Understood. The Emperor protects.
Counteroffensive. On direct orders from the Lord High Admiral Drang, Admiral Spire must regain control over the systems of the Cadian sector that are currently held by Chaos forces. Capture the Cadia system, Tora Torque system in the Cadian sector, Freema system, and Cantrell system. Mission panel. Fleet panel allows you to visualize the fleets under your command wherever they are. Cooperative mode. Necrons and Tyranid campaign unlocked. And that one's not going to let me do anything there, okay. Alright, so I gotta use the keys here to be able to see things. We've got a fleet of 200 down here. We've got this stuff. Alright, so I see how this works. And it looks like that's a connection. But I'm not gonna be able to take Cadia because there's like 500 points there. A little bit worried about all these points here. Why can't I build one of these? Oh, I see. Because we're not good enough yet. So we can get light cruisers, but we can't get the other ones. Alright, so this one would have torpedoes. So what's the difference between the two? Oh, I see, right here. So macro battery. So that one has more range. Number of attacks. And the Dauntless has what? And this is what, just a long action. Yeah, so that's just for shooting, it looks like. So shooting, torpedoes, 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 and then this is a carrier. Alright, let's go with the more expensive one, I think. Wait, did I not do it right? There we go. Survivors emerge from the ruins at Cadia looking for a way to avenge their kin. They offer the lives everything and everything they saved as a war effort to the Imperium. You receive 100 resources for 10 turns. Cool. Mining world. Okay, get me one of those. Unsustainable world. Alright, got it. So asteroid fields orbit most stars. At varying distances, they are generally thought to be debris fragment left over from collisions between planets during the formation of a star system. Asteroid fields may also be left over after the destruction of a planet or a moon. The 13th Black Crusade, the forge world of Deimos Binary, boasted a fearsome array of relic weapons hidden beneath its metallic crust. When Deimos came under direct assault by the traitor fleet, tech priests were able to rouse the ancient defenses, unleashing a storm of laser fire that tore through the foe's heart. I don't like that I can't click and drag. Closton. Blackfeet came, thousands died when the passageways collapsed beneath the bombardment. Millions more mutated beneath the warping effects of the munitions crafted using expertise stolen from Fabius Bile. By the time relief arrived in the form of combined Adeptus Astartes fleets, the shattered tunnels were a haunt of feral creatures tormented by terrible appetites and bereft of even basic humanity. Heliotus crumpled in a little under 3 days. Aside from its garbled astropathic message, there is no indication of the world's fate, only that dire fate had befallen. Upon arrival, the Imperial reinforcements discovered cackling madmen roaming blazing fields and towering archaeologies. Suffused with cruel demonic life. Okay. So that looks like it's Yeah, he's got several armies here. I wonder if I can take this. One I guess we'll just put here.
Changing course.
Setting course.
Setting course. Setting course.
Your orders?
Your orders? Engaging engines. Going silent.
Aye, Admiral.
Ship ready.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
The spirits obey.
We serve.
Ship ready. Your orders?
Ship ready.
Aye, Admiral.
You have seized a strategic area.
Coordinates acknowledged.
Your orders?
We serve.
We wait your command.
Ship ready.
Rouse the engines to fury.
The enemy has seized a strategic area. You have seized a strategic area.
Changing course.
You have seized a strategic area.
Aye, Admiral.
Setting course.
Engage ancient red lines.
We wait your command.
We serve.
Underway! Your orders? We wait your command. Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted! Aye, Admiral.
Enemy sighted!
Engaging engines! Your orders?
Enemy sighted!
Understood!
Rouse the engines to fury!
The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas.
Underway!
It's okay, we're sieging one of his too.
Machine spirit appeased!
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
We serve. Heading acknowledged. We wait your command. We serve.
The enemy has accumulated 25% of strategic points. You have accumulated 25% of strategic points. You have seized a strategic area.
Maximum burn! Ship ready! We wait your command.
Receiving your order.
Enemy sighted! Ship ready. Course engaged.
To serve the Omnisire.
All ahead full.
We are ready to serve.
We serve. Course engaged.
The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas.
Yes, but we're also sieging one of his, so...
The enemy has seized a strategic area. You have seized a strategic area.
Aye, Admiral.
They're going over there, we're going over here.
Your orders? Your orders? Heading acknowledged. We wait your command.
Engage ancient red lines.
Ship ready. Enemy sighted.
You have accumulated 50% of strategic points. The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas.
We serve!
You have seized a strategic area. The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Aye, Admiral.
Rouse the engines to fury!
Aye, Admiral. Heading acknowledged. Understood. Ship ready. We wait your command. Engaging engines!
The enemy has accumulated 50% of strategic points.
Changing course! Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted! Brace for impact! Setting course!
State your order!
We wait your command! For the Emperor!
We are ready to serve. Optimal course set.
Your orders? Enemy sighted!
Rouse the engines. Energize vectored thrust. Enhance rotational drift.
Brace for impact!
To serve the Omnisire.
You have accumulated 75% of strategic points.
Energize vectored thrust.
We serve! We serve! Execute high energy turn! Understood! Your orders? Enemy sighted! Course engaged! Engaging target! Aye, Admiral. Engaging target!
Enhance rotational drift.
You are close to victory by strategic points.
Energize vectored thrust. With matchless efficiency. The spirits obey. Enhance rotational drift.
All is lost! We wait your command. Underway! Ship ready!
Course engaged.
Engage ancient red lines. Optimal course set.
Aye, Admiral.
Enemy sighted!
Ship ready.
Wasn't a very great victory. Suffered a lot of damage. I don't know what happens to the units. Do they suffer damage too, or do they just get wiped out? Do they retreat? I assume they retreated. Death World. Procyon is is Cadia's training ground, hostile world proven time and time again to test new Astra Militarum recruits to their limits. Procyon's red bleached deserts and lava flows are renowned for serving as a crucible in which the companies of the Cadian 8th were forged before the fall. At least 2 companies would be training there at any given time since Cadia's fall. The decimation of the Cadian 8th, Procyon's harsh tutelage will be more necessary than ever. Corollius. The turbulent continents of Corollius supply the Imperium with a wealth of weapons grain, promethium, and other materials. Mining complexes and manufactorums cling to the ravines above the white-hot lava flows, providing ready-made defenses against invasion. Such neutral fortifications proved vital during the 13th Crusade, allowing the garrison to hold out until reinforcements arrived. St. Josman's Hope. St. Josman was infiltrated by subversives who mobilized the inmates into a bloody uprising. With the world wallowing in anarchy, Lord Castellan Creed ordered St. Josman's Hope destroyed, lest it become a staging post for the oncoming Black Fleet strike force. Harold infiltrated St. Josman's Hope and successfully overloaded the prison complex's Gentorium grid, triggering a tectonic upheaval that destroyed the planet. Vigilatum. A training world utilized by Battlefleet Cadia, fatally undermined by insurrection during the early days of Abaddon's assault on the Cadian system. The main defense parameter was overwhelmed by vessels of the Black Fleet, creating defense instabilities later exploited by the Drukhari raiders drawn by the slaughter. It is said that the screams of the dying still echo amongst the ruins. Macacaria. Lord High Admiral Drang once boasted of Macacaria. Can never be taken, a militarized hive world with fortifications as thick as any in the Cadian system. Macacaria had both the men under arms and the weaponry to repel an invasion of colossal size. Perhaps that's why Abaddon elected for a more direct solution to Macacarian defiance and reduce the world to rubble via orbital bombardment from his dread planet killer. Kasser-Holen. Cadia's valiant sister. Kasser-Holen spends much of its rotation separated by Cadia Prime by the system's star. This alone preserved it from joining Cadia Prime in the spreading Citrix maledictum and ensured it would become a fiercely contested stronghold in the Imperium's battle to reclaim the benighted system. Solaris Mariatus is the name associated with ill fortune. Not only did the world fall to the Black Legion during the 13th Black Crusade, reinforcements dispatched to alter the course of the battle vanished into the warp without ever coming within sight of its destination, though it is rumored the Black Legion were responsible for the disappearance. Solar Mariatus' tainted reputation endures, with few warriors of the Imperium gladly seeking battle on its shores. Wow, this is a huge location here. A far-flung icy mood Classiest was deemed worthless both in strategic and resource value, thus escaping the worst of the 13th Crusade. However, it would come to play a pivotal role when the Cadian refugees cut off from the escape by the vengeful fleet sought shelter amidst the icy waste. There is little solace to be found, but some small hope. A host of Aldari pursuing interests of their own spirited the frostbitten survivors to safety. Yeah, did that one. Did that one. Did that one. Cadia Archmagos Belisarius's calls attempt to harness the buried enigma of the ancient pylon fields. Now, Cadia is little more than an honored memory. Its ruin drawn into the Cicatrix Maledictum, yet its name remains a watchword throughout the Astra Militarum, standing for strength, honor, and fury of heroes. Alright, I think that's all of them. What I'm worried about, though, is it's like there's a fleet there, there's two fleets here, there's a fleet here, there's fleets here. So are they just gonna take it back from me right away? I'm not sure how this works. I guess I'll find out. Because I can't get new ships, can I? Oh, I see. So it just tells you how many. Okay, I think I understand this.